Here we have a SAT math question. Okay, let's go to the information. Here we have a table. In this table, in the first column, we have number of orders. In the second column, we have a processing time T per order in minutes. The table above summarizes the orders that need to be processed by a warehouse on a certain day. If T represents a total number of hours, this capital T represents a total number of hours needed to process all the orders in the table. Which of the following inequalities give the possible values of this capital T? Okay, when it comes to the stuff in the table, we have processing time per order in minutes. That is, this lowercase t gives a processing time per order. That is for one order in minutes. But here, when I go with the inequalities in the answer choices, we have a capital T, which represents a total number of hours. So I have to be very careful with the unit of the time, because in the table we have minutes, in the information we have hours. That is, this lowercase t is in minutes, and the uppercase t, that means a capital T, is in hours. We have to be very careful with this one. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to find the value of T, that is capital T, which represents the total number of hours need to process all the orders. That is 60, positive 80, 140 orders in the table above. Okay, so here we have inequality for the value of this capital T. That is, we have to find the minimum value of this capital T and maximum value of the capital T. For that, let me consider the first category, that is the first 60 orders. For the first 60 orders, the minimum time to process per order, that is for one order, is just 1 minute, and the maximum time taken to process per order is 5 minutes. Okay, so now let's find the total minimum time for all the 60 orders, for the first 60 orders. For that, we have to multiply the number of orders 60 by the processing time per order, that is 1. So please remember, this 1 is minutes. And also, now let me go to the second category, that is the second 80 orders. So for each order, the processing time is, the minimum processing time is 6 minutes, according to the information over here. And what is the total minimum time for all the 80 orders? For that, we have to multiply the number of orders 80 and the minimum processing time per order, that is for one order, that is 6. So 80 times 6. When I add them, I am getting the total time, total minimum time for all the 140 orders over here. So 60 times 1 is 60, positive 80 times 60 is 480. When I add them, I am getting 540. So the unit of this 540 is minutes, because this 1 is minutes, and 6 is also minutes. So for all the 140 orders in the table, the total minimum time is 540 minutes. But according to the information we have over here, we have to find the total time in hours. So I have to convert this minutes to hours. For that, I have to divide this 540 by 60. Whenever I want to convert minutes to hours, I have to divide the given minutes by 60. So when I divide this by 60, it will become hours. When I divide this 540 by 60, I am getting 9 hours. So the total minimum time to process all the 140 orders in the table is 9 hours. Let me write the stuff over here. So the same thing we have to do to get the total maximum time in hours. For that, let's consider the maximum time per order for the first 60 orders. The maximum time per order for the first 60 orders is 5. Okay, so we have to find the total maximum time for all the 60 orders. For that, we have to multiply this 60, the number of orders, by the maximum time per order. That is for one order, that is 5 minutes. Okay, so now let's find the total maximum time for the next 80 orders. For that, we have to multiply the number of orders 80 by the maximum processing time per order, that is 12 minutes. So 80 times 12. This represents the total maximum time to process the first 60 orders, and this represents the total maximum time to process the second 80 orders. And we have this stuff in minutes, because this 5 is minutes, this 12 is minutes. Okay, now let's find the total value of this one. 60 times 5 is 300, and 80 times 12 is 960. When I add them, I'm getting 1260 minutes. Now what we have to do is we have to convert this minutes to hours. For that, we have to divide this 1260 by 60. When I divide, it will become hours. So when I divide this 1260 by 60, I am getting 21 hours. Okay, so this 9 hours represents a total minimum time to process all the orders in the table above, and this 21 hours represents a total maximum time to process all the orders in the table above. Okay, now let's go over this particular information in the question. That is, this capital T represents a total number of hours needed to process all the orders in the table above. So the capital T over here and the results what we got over here represent the same stuff. That is the total number of hours needed to process all the orders in the table. So that is for this capital T, this 9 is a minimum value and this 21 is a maximum value. It can be written as an inequality, that is 9 less than or equal to capital T less than or equal to 21. We find this inequality exactly in answer choice D. So the correct answer choice for this question is D.